Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Com Concepts Pro. I hope the concept of hashing was clear to you. In my last video, I told you about two of the conflict resolution techniques of chaining, which were separate chaining and coalesce chaining. And today we will discuss one more conflict resolution method, which is linear probing.
Linear probing is a bit easier than other conflict resolution techniques. To begin with, we'll first find out the hash key, that means the index position in our hash table where we have to store our data by using division method. Then, if there are empty buckets available, we'll store the key values at their respective index positions. But if there is a collision, then we'll try to store the key value at the next available index position. And if there is a collision again, reapply the above formula to find out the available empty slot and then store the value. Let's see this example to clearly understand this concept. So these are our keys that we have to insert in our hash table. All these are the keys. And our hash table size is 7 in this case. As you can see, the last index is 6, so the total hash table size is 7. So first we'll apply division method hash function to find out the index positions where we have to insert our keys. So 76 mod 7 gives 6, so 76 will be stored at the index position 6. After that, the next key is 93. 93 mod 7 gives 2. So 93 will be stored at the index position 2. Then the next key is 40. 40 mod 7 gives 5. So 40 will be stored at the index position 5. So till now there is no conflict and the keys can be stored at their respective index positions, which we are getting from division method hash function. The next key is 47. 47 mod 7 gives 5 again. So now there is a situation of collision. So we have to see where we can insert our key 47. So as per the division method hash function, we have to store the key 47 at index position 5. But as we can see, already it is occupied with some other key. So we'll move towards the next index position of the hash table. But the next index position, which is 6, is also occupied by some other key. So we have to start searching for the available empty slot from the starting of hash table again. So the index position 0 is empty, so we can store our key 47 at index position 0. The next key is 10. 10 mod 7 gives 3. So 10 can be stored at the index position 3 without any conflict. And finally, the last key is 55. 55 mod 7 gives 6, where there is again a collision. So we have to start searching for the available empty slot from the starting of the hash table. So index position 0 is also occupied. So we'll move towards the next available index position, which is index position 1, and we can store our key 55 at index position 1. So this is how linear probing works. Now as you can see here down, there are number of probes given for each iteration. Here, these are the number of probes for storing each of the key. So what are these probes? In simple terms, probe defines the number of times we had to reapply the linear probing formula to find out an available empty slot. Or we can say that after how many searches finally we found the empty available slot. So whenever we store a key directly at that particular index position which we got from the division method hash function, then the number of probes is 1. But if we have to travel through some index positions to find out the empty slot. So how many index positions we have to travel, those many will be the probes for each iteration. So that was all for the topic of linear probing. Please watch my next video for quadratic probe and double hashing, and do subscribe my channel for more updates. Thank you.